Guitar Stories Podcast, your number one show for everything guitar.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Andy. How are you? You're
I'm great.
smiling.
I just feel so happy. That intro track that we play always makes me feel an extra bit of energy, even though I was having a good time anyway. And and now seeing your smiley face and knowing there are people in the chat and having missed last week, I feel wonderful. And we're five seconds in, and the jacket has already been brought up. I don't need to do it. So if you're listening to the audio version, hello out there in ears land. Dan is wearing a leather jacket this evening.
Yep. And the reason for that is it's super cold in here. Like my drink, which is German water for tonight, is actually warmer than the air in this room. I don't know why. I think the heating is defective, but yeah, that's the status quo. And this is why I look like the Germanized version of Mark Agnesi.
Mark das Nisi.
Mark Agnesi.
That's Nisi. That's more German. I gotta say, mate, you look sharp.
Oh, thank you.
You look sharp. If you weren't already married, I'm sure you would be by the end of this podcast.
Different topic then, right? All
yeah,
right.
that's not really how I intended to start the show. We have a guest tonight, Chris Hermsdörfer, and I'm so excited to speak to him because his band put on amazing live shows, and I know their music from hang on, what's it called? Sing My Song. Do you know this show, Dan, in Germany?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that I knew their music, and I had to connect the two because I don't have a good memory for that kind of thing. But I was Googling and researching the show, and I realized that I recognized the singer of the band from this show, and I'm super excited.
Yeah.
His rhythms are tight.
Yes.
So
Chris, a tight player.
Yeah. So he's actually with us already. He's sitting in the green room, so I'm going to answer his call so he can join in. But he's not going to be on the show for a little bit. We're going to go over some gear, unless he shows some enthusiasm and he really wants to be in already. And actually, looking at him, I can see him already. Dan can see him. You can see him, Dan, right? Okay.
Nope.
You can't. I can. I look like I look like a tramp compared to you two. You're like two gods. My goodness. I have to resort to being funny. Yeah, so we missed last week. Apologies for that. Thank you for joining us this week. We're going to jump straight into some news, I think, Dan. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way,
Here
let's
we
just
go.
mention that it's episode 51. So welcome, everyone.
51, like Area 51. That's an important number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, some strange things.
I should have done more work on that, really. Okay, news.
Yeah.
The book of... I'll let you say it, Dan.
Boba Fett.
So, I am rocking my Mando shirt tonight, but Boba Fett is coming back to our screens. This is not guitar news, by the way, in case you're listening or watching and thinking, what are these two guys talking about? We also quite like Star Wars. Sorry, guys and girls.
Yeah. And finally, we've got
you've got dates, right?
Yeah. So the first episode will stream on December 29th, and I'm super, super excited about that. So stoked to finally see one of my favorite, or probably the favorite Star Wars character get his own show, kind of rule the throne and Jabba's palace and everything. And wow, can't wait for it. Are you hyped too?
I kind of, I'm a little busy at the moment in my head, and I'd forgotten about it. And I miss Mando so much. And I think this is going to be dark as heck and a bit naughty and the crime underworld. I think it's going to fill that gap that I need. Because even though I lead quite a happy life and I'm quite a happy person, I like murder mysteries and crimes and stuff and, that kind of thing. And I think action with pew-pews. And I think this might be filling that slot, which I've missed. I really enjoyed Breaking Bad. There was a dark kind of underworld in there. And I think that's all we're going to see in this, I hope.
Yeah. I'm telling you something. If Favreau and Filoni, if they screw that up, I'm going into a plane, fly straight to LA. I'm going to poke in their eye. I'm going to poke them in their eye, and you know
It's the
why.
best. It's the best move. No punching, no slapping, just a good old poke in
No.
the eye. That's all you need.
Right.
Valeria's in the chat already with the one of the greatest comments. Pew pew pew. Thank you, Valeria. So yeah, you also sent me some other pics. Shall I show the other pics you sent me?
Yes, please.
Here we go. Look at
Hilarious.
this.
Some alternatives. The Book of Gum.
The Book
What
of
about
Gump.
that? Would that be
I'm
cool?
enjoying that. Yeah, I wouldn't watch it because Jenny, still haven't forgiven her. But maybe he turns bad. Bad Gump, naughty Gump,
Bad Gump.
evil Gump.
Hmm.
And then we've got another one, which is possibly the greatest crossover.
The Book of Bundy. Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, he would kill his enemies probably by throwing shoes at them.
Yeah, I'd watch
And,
that. That would be funny.
And actually, if you consider the last scene of The Mandalorian, the post-credit scene where he enters the throne room, actually, I think in the world of Bundy, that would be a fat woman sitting on the throne, and he would just throw her from the throne and take her shoe and rule the universe. Yeah, no, the Book of Bundy. That's pretty funny.
So that's our news. We couldn't find any guitar news, strangely. I mean, there's gear, but there was no news that wasn't gear that we felt was worthy of being in the gear section. And plus, we got to talk about Boba Fett. So
yeah, but that was that was a good fill-in, right? I mean,
yeah, I'm happy we talked about it. I'm stoked now. I wasn't stoked. Now I am. And also, to tie into today's show, there's going to be some great tie-in Lego sets as well, which we've already seen. So I'm excited about that. May we talk some gear, everybody? Does anybody want to talk gear? Yeah.
Dance, pick up the weight. Dance, pick up the weight.
All right, we start with Diesel. Yeah. The Diesel
the Diesel VH Micro. Your pick.
Yep.
Why?
Because I mean, Peter Diesel is a great amp builder, and the VH4 was like a landmark amp for many. I mean, that's definitely one of the most iconic metal amps, and Metallica has been using Diesel like for many years. Plus the Boogies, of course, the Rectos. And Diesel decided to follow the trend and kind of release some sort of 30 watts micro head. And yeah, I thought it sounded like a lot of fun to have like the third channel of the VH4 being condensed into that small package. I mean, 30 watts doesn't sound too bad, but whenever it comes to solid state, I'm a little bit undecided whether I really like the tone or not. So no tubes at all. And frankly speaking, what I heard, my feelings are a little bit mixed about the amp. There are a couple demos out there from Sweetwater and Pete Thorne and those likes, and sometimes I kind of like it, sometimes I'm a little bit meh. So, but I think it's a cool amp, especially at the price point. We're talking about $300. So if you kind of want to tip your toe into Diesel territories or Diesel waters, I think it's quite a good like entry drug. Is that something that you would consider? You're not like too much into the metal tones, right?
Well, I wasn't. This is my year of discovering metal tones. And Diesel was... I don't even say it right. I call it Diesel. Diesel is an amp brand that I've never played a Diesel. I don't think I have. I wasn't into Metallica when I was of the age where I would have been. I was into Nirvana, as regular listeners will know. And now backtracking, I wouldn't say I made a mistake, but certainly I missed out, because now Metallica, I see the attraction. I love wah pedals, and the more the merrier, So I missed out. But the Diesel amp is something that or the amp series, is it as popular as you say, or is it because you're in Germany? Is it more popular in Germany, or is it worldwide? Can people in the chat let me know? I don't know. But what I will say is that it's interesting and more interesting than the other micro amps that have come out, or mini amps, for me.
That's
For me.
interesting. Did you say that? Okay.
Because
So
I don't know that tone.
Okay. But that was still like quite kind of interesting to hear, because I think there was the Friedman BE Mini and also the Bogner. So I think the Dietzel is the most, like, let's say, exotic to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's got a send and return, so effects loop, and you can plug like a 4x12 in. And, I mean,
it's super cute. There's no denying anything. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish that you could plug a mini guitar cable into it, like the 3.5 millimeter rather than the 6.3, because then it looks weird when these things are out of proportion.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But really, if we're being honest, these things are pedals put into a nice looking box with a power amp in it.
Yeah, I think that wasn't there a pedal? I think there was a Dietzel pedal that was pretty much like the quintessential like circuitry of what you could find in there. So it's really just a repackaged kind of circuit.
But it does look cool.
Yeah.
And also you could put it next to your real Dietzel and play tricks with perception and depth perception, which is always funny.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on, I guess, to your next pick. I don't know what order I put them in. So, there we go. It's that one.
Oh, it's a fragile pick of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't pick it. I mean, it's the quintessential annual Joe Bonamassa Epiphone signature guitar. Okay, we're talking about the 1959 Lazarus Les Paul Standard, and what really kind of made me pick this one was the video, because like you can say whatever you want about Joe B, but when it comes to talking about gear, he's like one of the most entertaining people on the planet. He knows his shit, and he can like talk hours, and it doesn't get any boring. I think the story about that guitar is so cool that I think it was painted as a red guitar. So someone kind of repainted it at some point, and then a friend of Joe's kind of discovered the guitar, and they were kind of making up their mind what kind of year and what model it could be, and then ultimately they decided to strip off the paint, and then they found that nicely figured top and the flame top, and kind of rediscovered a actually repainted 59 Sunburst Les Paul. So it's like a makeover, so it's not like a real deal, like untouched real deal 59, but it's got a pretty cool story, and I think that's also why he named it the Lazarus, because it kind of came from, came from ashes. So, it was reborn. That's yeah. So
well, I like Joe Bonamassa. I'm going to say that again just in case anyone missed it. I like Joe Bonamassa because I didn't like him, and that's all. I always prefer. I don't know. I tend to have a deeper relationship with someone when I didn't really care for this person or this person's online or in the public persona. And then I grew to love him, and I haven't yet delved much into his music, but as a person, I appreciate what he does, and I think you go get yours. I love the way he goes out into life and gets everything he possibly can out of a bit of wood and some strings. I think it's great.
Yeah. Did I tell you a story? When I once attended one of the concerts, one of the most remarkable scenes was when everyone in his band was playing, like was either quiet or playing at a very, very low level. And he would just stand right in front of the crowd, his Les Paul plugged into a great amp, no pedals whatsoever. And they would just solo or also play a couple rhythm parts for like 5 minutes straight. And you could like hear a needle hit the floor. It was so quiet, and the tone was gorgeous. So that's one of the most remarkable memories. That was true like guitar aficionado content.
Yeah. I like what Sarang's just said in the chat. Hello, Sarang, by the way. He's documenting all the history. I think that's great. He's definitely keeping the guitar nerdiness alive. And he's probably one of the most nerdy guitar personalities out there right now. And I think we're aware that the guitar is no longer in the mainstream the lead instrument as it was. And guitar is still being used in pop music right now, but it's certainly not the instrument at the front as it has been in the past. And acts like Bonamassa are still, keeping that alive. I think that's brilliant. Which I guess also leads into tonight's guest, Chris, which He's still there, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you also give Joe B props for having like the most ridiculous merch store in the world.
Absolutely most ridiculous. Just insane. But fun. Like, why not? He's very self-aware, I believe. I've never met the guy, but I feel that he's self-aware, and that sounds cool.
You gotta have balls like steel to kind of pull that off, you know.
Yeah, Bonoballs.
Bonoballs? Ooh.
You can have that, Joe. You can have it. Right, your third and final pick for today, sir, is this. The PRS MT100.
I think this is a prototype or kind of leak that the man himself, Mark Tremonti, kind of released. I think he posted that on his Instagram or something. And that's interesting because the MT15 was a quite successful amp, like a lunchbox amp that was actually like a 30-watt amp kind of squeezed into MT15 housing. And I think the MT100 is like anticipated by so many metal players, by so many Alter Bridge, Tremonti, Creed, and whatever fans, that this has a lot of potential. And I like what they did with the aesthetics. You know, it's a black amp, it's very reduced, it bears the Paul Reed Smith logo, but it also has like the 3 stripes, not like Adidas, but you know, the Tremonti stripes. That also can be found on the MT15. And it will be a super interesting release to see. You know, what PRS has been like investing a lot in developing new amplifiers throughout the course of the last couple of years. They just released the kind of Hendrix Tony amp. I've forgotten the name. You know, the one where they tried to replicate the original Hendrix tones, and now they come with something from the complete other side of the spectrum. So they try to pull off the vintage specs and vintage tones, and now they come with like the most modern and most kind of progressive and in-your-face sound that you could imagine. And I like it.
I played the MT15 with Ace from Skunk Anansi, and he did the talk through for me, and he played it, and it was brilliant. Not only was the lead channel fantastic, but the clean channel was gorgeous. And if they've managed to put that into the MT100, for my uses, I don't need a 100-watt amp, but I obviously you got the headroom, but the MT15 was something that I would have wanted to add to my collection, and still might be in the future. So I'm a big supporter of that amp, and it looks super cute. There's the MT15 on screen now.
Yeah. So you can see like the 3 stripes on the side. I know what's that supposed to be. Like I know tiger claws or something like that. I know. Anyone who's into Mark Tremonti's story, let us know what that sign stands for.
I will say, Dan, that the MT15 I feel looks better than the MT100. If that's maybe a prototype, then that's not fair. But
yeah.
It shouldn't come
I'm
into
pretty sure
it, but it does.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends. I think the MT15 had some hilarious lighting depending on the channels. You either had the blue and the red lighting, which I always like, because nowadays it's so easy to kind of install LEDs in the amp and kind of play a little bit with it. And I still remember when I was a teenager, I always admired the using Kettner tri-amps. You know, they had the plexiglass in front, and you had that nice the tubes. You could see them glowing. And nowadays, you know, with LEDs, you can do a lot of crazy stuff. So I would actually hope to see that a little bit more modding, like amp modding, like the computer guys do. You know, they always mod their computer cases and everything. So why not amps? You know, water-cooled amp. Sounds frightening, but
it would have to be beer-cooled, surely.
Ooh.
Cooled with beer.
Zach Wild signature edition, the Marshall beer-cooled JCM 500.
I mean, I'm sure many of us have tried to cool an amp with beer accidentally before, and that doesn't work too well. I can see Chris nodding backstage. You've got to definitely know what you're doing before you start putting your fingers inside an amplifier. But so Guitar Story's official stance on this is: do not put your fingers inside an amplifier. But if you do, let us know how it went.
I think that's like a life lesson. Always know what you're doing when you stick your finger into anything, right?
Definitely. You got to know what's inside.
Yeah.
All right. I want to choose some picks. It's my turn. It's my turn for one of the best songs in the world.
of the week.
I missed that. I missed that so much.
Oh, what is
Right.
that, Andy?
These, I'm going to be honest, okay? Dan, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to be honest as I always try to be, but sometimes I try to be diplomatic. But right now, I'm not going to be.
All right.
But I am going to be fair. These are the new pedals from Blackstar, the Department 10 or the Dept 10. They were released today. We've got a distortion, an overdrive, and a boost. I was not involved in the release of these pedals because Blackstar don't like me. Because when I reviewed their amp, I was honest and said it ain't that good, and they didn't like that. So I'm off the list now. I'm on the Blackstar list.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were really willing.
I just
to pull it
came
off.
up with it. I should have planned it. I should have written it. No, sorry. No, forget I said that. I take that back. No, I don't know how the pedals sound. I haven't played them. They look phenomenal. I think they really, really do look wonderful. They remind me, of course, of the HT Blackstar pedals. So I'd love to put them back to back and or side by side, or even one on top of the other, and see how they compare. But I think the design department, which Blackstar have gone right to the top. I think they look gorgeous.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sorry
like
to be
it.
like the I'm sorry to be like the naysayer here, but I don't know. To me, it looks like as if it's the Interstellar edition of any kind of like a Line 6 pod or something like that. Style like
Really? Really?
I kind of got the tone, but I don't know. It looks very like spacey and I don't know.
I dig it. I dig it hard.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
what's
mean-
the deal about them? Do you have a couple more information about what's
Yeah, I have
like,
some more
what's the-
information. Hang on. The Department 10, I can read directly from the Blackstar website because apparently they're the the world's most advanced valve pedals.
All right.
So, in contrast to what you said about solid state amps earlier, often if it's got a tube in it, it's a pedal. They're not running at the voltage that tubes require, and therefore the tube is just a nice little light bulb. There are some Behringer stuff that does that, and I have one, and I don't even know. In fact, there's an Ibanez one, isn't there? The Tone King.
Tone King, yep.
Yeah, I like that. But anyway,
You
yeah,
forgot
so
something. You said Ibanez.
Oh, I said Ibanez. Hang on. There we go. Apologies. But we don't do it when I say it. I'm allowed to say Ibanez as much as I want. It's only when you say Ibanez.
Oh, is that the case? I didn't know. I thought the rules were equal for everyone. No?
Oh, you're very careful not to say it. Sorry, I slipped. I really shouldn't press that one. It's so off-brand, but I just like it. Yeah, I dig the look. I want to play them, so it means I'm actually going to have to go to a shop because Blackstar will not be sending them to me because they low-key don't like me, or at least that's the impression I have. You know, they've been ghosting me for a while ever since I released a video where, you know, I was honest about what I felt about their amp. But looking on the back of the pedals, it says USB audio, and it's got a wonky USB socket. That's never good, whoever did that product shot. And it's got XLR out. So it could be direct to PA, it could be something great. What I didn't see was the price. Because IK Multimedia have brought their drive and the X. Is it X? Hang on, I've got one here somewhere. X series, X drive or whatever it is, X time. Yeah, so it has to be competitive, even though I think the amplitude-based pedals do something a little bit more. What are they called again? There we go, Blackstar. Does anyone know the price in the chat? I probably should have researched that, but I was too busy on my soapbox about not being able to play them. Yeah.
I don't know.
But the
Are they
marketing's
listed
really
already?
good.
Yeah, I think they are $299. $299 for the
$299,
drive.
thank you. Yeah, that's a lot of
you're
cash.
welcome.
That's a lot of cash.
It is. I mean, it's got 2 channels. That's a plus.
Yeah.
So it's very versatile. Speaker simulation. That's like a key point. Like, I really wonder how good it is.
Yeah, and can you turn it off? So We'll
I
see,
mean,
we'll
you
see.
should
But
be able- yeah, yeah.
I think I've given enough airtime to the Dept 10. I'm not sure about the name either. Is it Department 10? It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah. Depth
Dept
10.
10.
Hmm.
Oh wait, it has output and cab sim out. So technically, you probably could just go out the output and then add your own cab sim.
Okay.
We'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
I mean, what's the competition like? Like, what other pedals would be like immediate competitors for these?
Well, the IK stuff. There's some some less known brands. There's Boss have pedals that do this kind of thing, but not with tubes. I might add. I'm sort of sticking in the non-tube. AMT have tube-based pedals. Yeah. So Adam from Hop Hole Studios says it's an HT dual with the cab sim out. It could be, yeah. So I'd love to put these up there against the original HT series, because the original HT series I really liked. I used to have one, the drive one. But we'll see. I'm going to
Maybe
move
it's a
on.
good starting point for the people at Black Star. Oh wow, what is that?
Up next is the Deluxe Memory Man Nano from Electro Harmonics. Now the Memory
It
Man.
looks so small.
It is. I mean, it depends how big your screen is right now, Dan. But in real life, it's the size of a nano pedal, which I love. I love the nano stuff. I have all the fuzzies, fuzzuzus. So they've put all the Memory Man Deluxe stuff, apparently. Well, we don't know how it is yet, but they've put it into this pedal and made it small. So these knobs are going to be very hard to turn with my sausage fingers. It's interesting because J Rocket did the what's it called, the clock. Oh my goodness, I've got that coming to my house soon. What's the J Rocket one called? Man, I am out of Clockwork. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Clockwork is a big and expensive, like €500 Deluxe Memory Man, but with a few more features. And so is the Deluxe Memory Man Nano from Electro Harmonics, with a few upgraded features from the original. But it's in a nano format. So for modern pedal boards, I think that's certainly interesting to keep it small. It will be Electro Harmonics, so SMD all stuck in there. So it's not those lovely tone capsules and tone capacitors that we all love to maybe pretend they do something different. I don't know, but I'm excited. That's going to be I think a popular release, depending on the price, because they haven't released the price when I did the research on the pedal earlier.
Do you know if the knobs can be pushed down so they are kind of locked, or are they like they are?
You can't do that on the other nano pedals, so I would guess not. I'm looking over there because I've got the main frame over there. Hang on. This is the main frame. Is it in there? It is in there. So that's the main frame, and they're just knobs that are, in my opinion, too close together that you can't really turn.
That's the point, because if you would be able to kind of lock them inside the case, it wouldn't even like bother you, because then you could only like lift up the one that you want to dial in and then push it back in.
Mate,
Like
Ibanez
the
nailed it.
tone lock
Ibanez
pedals.
nailed it with the Tone Lock series. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the HX Deluxe Memory Man. Very little
What's the
information
price
because it's a Memory Man. I don't think they released a price unless the website where I was looking updated. Hang on, I will check right live with us right now.
Awesome.
Oh, there it is. It's coming up. It's like $203, so $200. That's on the top end of the nano pedals, but it's lower in price than a Clockwork from J Rocket, for example. But we don't know.
That's fairly easy, right?
Is.
I mean,
yeah, it's fairly easy. But the Clockwork is less expensive than the original Deluxe Memory Man, the vintage.
Yeah. The only thing here is so basically it's the same price as the big one, right?
What
I
is?
think like the Deluxe Memory Man is also $200. No, the Deluxe Memory Man, like the larger version, the regular version.
I don't know, but I like what Hot Pole Studios has said. this would be really cool, but bigger, so there's more space. I kind of agree.
Yeah, I was just looking it up. The Electro-Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man clocks in at $200 basically. So
Well,
if they
then
should be like
I
equal price, that's kind of bummer.
then the question is, for the less pedal board space, can you still get your fingers in there? And we've all learned today that you should be careful where you put your fingers before you put them there.
Yep.
But hang on, that's got the same knob layout as that Deluxe Memory Man, the mainframe that I'm holding.
Okay.
And they're also quite slippery. On a stage, if I was sweating, there is no way I could turn those knobs.
Mm.
I'd need a knob assistant.
Job description. Andy's
Knob
knob
assistant.
assistant.
No, a little
Yeah,
bit more.
yeah.
Left, clockwise, anti-clockwise, my left. Yeah, I don't see that going well. I'm not very good at communicating left and rights. Right. This one is a request from Dan. The fart pedal. For those of you who are here for Chris, we're going to bring Chris in about 5 minutes. But before we do, let's cover the fart pedal.
Yeah,
This
it kind of
is a pedal.
redefines the meaning of wet and dry, really.
So,
Eddie,
Dan,
before we
what?
go with the fart pedal, may
What?
I just digress a little bit and tell my story, the mobile toilet story that I shared with you earlier?
I would be offended if you didn't.
All right, cool. I was in the city today, and there was a construction site with a mobile toilet, and there was a slogan on the toilet, and it read, "Your poo is our daily bread," and I burst in tears when I read that. That's hilarious.
I love that. Whoever marketed that is a genius, and
I like
therefore
it too, yeah.
should work with the fart pedal.
Yeah,
I had to sit away from the mic then in case I laughed like I did when you told me before the show started, but I managed to control it. Yeah, that I would go into that toilet even if I didn't need to, just to say
Yeah.
that I have.
Yeah.
And enough toilet talk. Let's go back to the fart pedal. The fart pedal has a wet and dry switch, Dan.
Yes, it is.
It has an in and an
I
out
love
and
it.
an output and a foot
Yeah.
switch to turn it off and on.
Yes.
According to the videos, when you turn it on, there must be some kind of sampler inside, like the Miku, which careful. The Miku, so that when your guitar triggers the samples. But there seems to be, it's not like, I'm not going to sing it, but if you did the riff, for example, to Sweet Child of Mine, the notes, you'd only get like several notes or 3 notes out of the whole riff because the fart noises play. I can't believe we're actually dissecting this. The fart noises play and they don't stop, which I would prefer if you could go, rather than just a few fart noises. But before we go any further, anyone who's on the Guitar Geek Discord knows that I have backed this on Kickstarter, and I hope to be receiving my fart pedal as soon as possible. Because I have the Miku, I have several pedals that are just pointlessly silly, and as a collector and guitar YouTuber, thank you, Valeria, I have to have the fart pedal, which is ridiculous. It's been funded. It needed to raise $30,000 or euros. It was funded in like days, like less than 3 days, I think. Which I thought it would flop. I really did.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just thought only I would find it funny, or I didn't think enough people would find it not necessarily funny, but acceptable.
I think it's so gross. It's pretty much in the likes of the Steel Panther pedals, and if
Yeah,
it sounds
I have those
anything
also.
like the Miku, yeah, there you go. You're the target group, right? You're
I'm
you're
exactly the
basically
target
the
group.
enabler. You're the enabler. You're telling everyone now that it's available, and it will be a big sales success. And then
Yeah, if someone wants to drop the Kickstarter link into the chat, that would be cool because, yeah. Oh, one thing we
How much
haven't mentioned is they come with fake stickers. So it says the fart pedal on it, but it comes with fake stickers so that it says, hang on, it was there. It says the Ultra Fuzz pedal, so you can troll your friends and your band members.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
That'd be
know
nice
if anyone was. I think we need that in some sort of symphonic metal band, some kind of symphonic fart solo. If we knew anybody that would, be in some kind of band like that, I think it's a new genre.
Yeah, definitely. How much is it if you want to buy it? Do you know?
About $200.
Oh wow, that's quite steep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cheap, and I can't justify or afford it, but
I think it's
how can I not?
$165.
Okay, with shipping, then I would have paid about 200.
Well, yeah.
I remember hovering over the 200 mark, and before I clicked.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to make a video about that. Like, here's a pedal that farts. Thanks for watching. Bye. That's the video.
I mean, you could play like the most iconic riffs, but using the fart pedal, like "Sweet Child of Mine" or.
I could just sing that. I think I'd be better at singing it. I think I could video if I was to show my kids on the channel. That would be a funny video. Showing the kids listening to that they could play fart guitar.
Oh, even better, you could go busking with a little amplifier and an electric guitar, and whenever someone passes by, you switch on the fart pedal and go.
I like it.
Cool.
I like
Yep.
it.
Video
I
idea?
think maybe
Well,
trolling other guitar players, asking them to play my rig, might be the best approach to that.
Yeah. Oh, Sarang just made a good point. It's redefining the brown tone or brown sound.
Actually, Smudge, I'm going to buy one and play, and the wind cries Mary. Oh, we are such children. This is terrible behavior, everybody. On behalf of the people that are disapproving right now, how dare you? We've gone from having my lovely mum on the show, to talking about pedals that make fart noises.
Yep.
Oh dear, what's happened to the world?
Amazing.
I really want to bring Chris in soon. We've got to do buy, borrow, or burn. And I know Chris has been with us since the beginning of the show, so he's aware of the things that we have been talking about. I wonder if Chris would like to join us to choose the best picks of the week. I'm looking at you, Chris. You can give us a nod or a... Okay, he's nodding his head. This is exciting. So I'm just going to press the buttons. We're going to bring in our guest for tonight, Chris Hermsdörfer, and I've got to press the right button to make sure he does, and then we'll do buy, borrow, or burn, which I'll explain to Chris in a moment. So, buy, borrow, or burn?
Buy, borrow, or burn.
Right. Chris, you're going to be here in a second. Oh, stay with that face. There you go.
Hey.
Hello, Chris.
Hey.
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Microphone.
This is what I was talking about. Look at you two. We've got Dan with the leather jacket. We've got Chris with the beautiful hair and beard. It's awful. I look like I don't know. I've got a funny T-shirt on. That'll do it.
So let's kind of get Chris.
Well,
on
Chris can sort his
tone-wise.
mic out, and I'm just checking it's nothing my side.
Okay.
If I can hear Dan, so it means that we can. It's something Chris's side, I believe. Chris will sort it, and we'll talk buy, borrow, or burn. So buy, borrow, or burn is when you have to make a decision.
Hey!
Yay! There he is. So was it loose plug or what was it?
Here we go. Sorry. No, yeah,
No problem.
it was just muted, of course, and yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, like always. When you
Like always.
enter the stage and then
Yeah.
Chris, welcome to
the
the show.
truth, the
Thank you
truth
for
of
joining
being
us.
musician.
Well, technical issues are part
Thanks
of the show.
for
That's
the invitation
imagine.
and for having me.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's that's also a new pedal. After the fart pedal, I think I will have a invisible mute pedal that is just somewhere in my case.
Actually, I think people would buy that. Like
Let's see.
mute the singer pedal,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Let's start a
Yeah.
crowdfunding. I mean, I've just entered the fart pedal. I will do that after the show immediately. I have to get one. That's
You're going to
my-
get one as well, are you? Awesome.
yeah. I have to.
Oh wow! I can't wait to see you post it on Instagram from a huge stage somewhere. That's
Yeah,
gonna
please.
yeah, it's gonna be great. Dare me to press it? Yeah. Imagine that into the biggest reverb ever. It's gonna sound insane.
Yeah.
Or into the deluxe Memory Man Nano.
Oh yeah.
I also with a whammy. I'm really was thinking about a whammy when you do the Tom Morello style, just with a fart pedal and your cable, and you just that would be great. I think that would be really great.
Oh,
I can so see the stage where Jennifer is like is singing, and then she hands it over to Chris and just says, "Chris, bring us the noise," and then he switches on the fart pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen last time we played Wacken. I've seen Tom Morello with the Prophets of Rage, I think, and then he did this solo stuff with a cable again, and this would be perfect. Just whammy, the pedal, and the fart, and then would be so great. Yeah.
but- people are in the chat. Sorry, I've just got to bring attention to the people in the chat saying how lovely the sounds are we're making tonight. Such a lovely ASMR podcast. Brilliant. And
Absolutely.
it's nice to know, Chris, that you fit the show absolutely perfectly. It's nice to know we're on the same wavelength. And thank you for joining us already. Where are you right now? Where in the world are you?
Middle of Bamberg, I think. Are we close to each other, Dan?
Yeah,
Not that
yeah,
far
yeah.
away, right? Yeah.
No. 40 kilometers or so.
Something like that. Yeah.
You can kind of reach out.
Yes.
I'm in Upper Austria, so I'm a little further away, but still, I could drive up and be there by the time you've learned how to play a fart solo.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
Chris, we do this thing called Buy, Borrow, or Burn, where we had 6 picks of gear tonight, and you have to choose 3, so therefore ignore 3, and you have to buy one, you have to borrow one, and you have to burn one. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
I'll run everybody through the stuff that we did, and then it's always fun to ask the guests, and then I try to guess what Dan would buy, borrow, or burn, and Dan tries to guess what I would, and then the people in the chat put forward their stuff, and we see which is the most and least popular gear of the week. That's actually the most I've ever explained this segment. I don't think I've ever explained this segment before. So, Chris, you're going to disappear for a moment while I bring the gear back on screen. There we go. Whoops, apologies, we nearly got that again. Right, so we've got, from my picks, we've got the fart pedal. Mm-hmm. We've got the Electro Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man Nano. And we've got the Department 10 Distortion Boost and Overdrive from Blackstar. Then from Dan's picks, we've got the Dietzel Mini. We've got the Bonamassa Epiphone Signature, and we've got the MT100 from PRS. So, Chris, you've probably been paying attention. Buy, borrow, or burn. Just say whatever your heart says. Just go with your heart, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that I will buy the fart pedal. That's. I mean, there's no discussion about it. I think that's really maybe because you just told that you're collecting all these crazy, silly pedals, and that's the idea I have since years, to be honest. I always forget about, because there's of course other gear, but I think I will start with a fart pedal, and it's the best start you can make into this business. I think it's this Smitterray pedal cases, these great looking cases. I think they should integrate it in everyone. It's just like the starter kit, a Smitterray with a fart, and then it's going.
The array. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to swear in case Mum is listening, but yeah, they could just. Anyway, yes, okay.
Right.
So you're gonna buy the fart pedal. Nice.
Yes,
Which
I
one
do.
would you borrow from a friend but then have to give back at some point?
I think I would go with a Bonamassa guitar. I think.
Okay. Are you a Les Paul guy?
Not that much, to be honest. It's on my list to have one day, but this yeah, let's say custom stuff, Les Pauls. But yeah, we have a pedal, and we so we need also to talk about a guitar, and I just like the Bonamassa stuff. So I think that would be the one I would borrow.
All right. Okay.
Good choice. Which one are you going to burn? So take off the face of the earth forever.
I would do this with this Black Star stuff, because I really don't got into that, and yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Your
you,
pick.
you speak
Yeah.
the truth. You just,
Yeah.
Dear Black Star, Chris.
Yeah, you can do that. I just got a new amp brand, so I'm pretty happy. So they don't need me. I'm done. That's okay.
Wait, I don't know who that amp brand is, so we'll talk about that in a moment. I'm looking forward to finding out who that is, but I can guess that it isn't Black Star, so that's good. That's one down.
It's Black Star, of course. It's Black Star. No, just kidding.
Okay, I'm going to go first at guessing Dan's. Before we do, we're going to read out some of the stuff from the chat. We've got RT Smudge, Burn the Farts, Buy the Dietzel, Borrow the MT100. That's a good, solid choice.
Okay.
There's some good gear choices this week.
Yep.
La 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 la. We've got Valeria. Buy the fart, because duh. Borrow the MT100 and burn the Black Star, which blew up anyways. Oh dear. Nice choice, Valeria. Jason Carter. Buy the JB Epiphone, borrow the fart pedal, and burn the Black Stars. Oh dear, Black Star is... We're not out to get you, Black Star. It's just, these are independent choices. Independent choices. Alexis Guitars. Buy the Bonolock signature guitar, borrow the PRS amp, burn the Memory Man. Okay. I'd like to know why you want to burn the Memory Man. Just out of curiosity. I'm curious. I thought that might slide under the radar. I thought that would be the one that got ignored. Is it because the knobs are small? Let us know, Alexis. Sarang. Buy the MT100 because all the gain. Borrow the Epiphone Lazarus because I needs me a 24-75-inch scale, and burn the Black Star because modelers do that compact amp thing much better. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Okay, Dan, I'm going to pick for you, my friend. I think you are going to buy... He stalls for time as he looks back through the gear list. I think you're going to buy the MT100.
Okay.
I think you would borrow the Dietzel Mini. This is tough. Borrow the Dietzel Mini to see if it is as good or as bad as you've heard in the videos that you've watched and heard and seen. And then you've got to burn something. I think you burn the Black Stars.
Fairly close.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I think I would actually borrow the MT100 to kind of see how I like the tones, because I'm a Mesa user for years, so I'm kind of used to these tones. And as for the burn and for the buy pick, it's kind of tough, but I think I would probably burn the Black Stars because, and I would buy the fart pedal because. Yeah.
Okay.
Fairly close. Yeah. All right, sir. What about your picks? You already bought bought the fart pedal, so that's out of the equation. Okay. Otherwise, it would be way too easy.
Okay, hang on.
considering
Can we just change the game for a second? Because I have bought the fart pedal. Can you choose another
go.
buy one? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
what I
choose
said.
another?
Like, I'm
Okay,
not considering that's out of the equation. Yeah. So
Got it,
I can only
sorry.
pick from the 5. So given the political situation, I think you are a gentleman and a smart YouTuber that you would not necessarily burn Black Star in public. you would only use your voodoo dolls when the camera is off. Which leaves me with the Bonamassa guitar, with the Dietzel, and with the Mark Tremonti. I think you would burn the Epiphone, borrow the MT100, and borrow the MT100 and buy the Dietzel, the small Dietzel, because you like it. It's cute, and Grogu could sit on top of that.
Or Alf, who made it back to Austria with me.
Hello, Alf.
There he is. He's on the show now. So yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what you said, but you were wrong. Sorry, slightly wrong.
Like slightly
I
or
would-
completely wrong?
I don't know what you said. I've forgotten. I was too busy looking at Alf and wondering when I can bring him into the show. That's very rude of me, and I'm very sorry. Mainly because I'm absolutely going to burn the Black Stars. Why not? Screw it.
All right, fair enough.
I really, they might be good. Just so we're clear on this, everyone, they might be good. But I'm not into that kind of thing, and they've upset me. So I'm sending out a dove of peace who has a hidden knife, just in case. A dove of peace
Like a
with
gren-
some self-defense.
It's more like a grenade that's dropping.
Yeah, okay, a grenade, a dove grenade. Then I wouldn't buy the Dietzel. That's wrong. I wouldn't buy it.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
would
into
borrow
this.
the Dietzel?
I would borrow the Dietzel, and I would most likely buy the PRS MT100 because I love the
Okay.
MT15 so much. I
Oh,
think.
wow. Okay. Well, that was still. No, it wasn't.
You're
close.
pretty
I was
close, just
completely wrong.
mixed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's give Chris his proper
No,
introduction,
you
and then
can't.
we can go and talk to Chris about things other than fart pedals. So, here is your guest pre-roll.
Yeah.
Chris.
Let us. Andy,
Yeah.
do you really want to let our podcast listeners leave without what Jason just said? He suggested to
Alright.
play Stink Floyd on the fart pedal, and I think that was a good one. That was a good one.
It's really good.
But enough of that. Enough of that.
Enough.
of
We've
that.
got a guest.
Hello, Chris, and welcome. Yes.
You've got a
Hello
crazy chair. Are you sitting on a yoga ball?
Yes, I do. I like to sit on a yoga ball in the studio, and I do so in the school as well. That's first time it was really crazy to record and to play guitars on it, but I just got into that, and my back is just saying thanks to me every day. So that's
All right.
pretty cool.
Can you like jump in 16th notes, or is that too fast?
It depends. I think my ass is doing something different all the time than my hands. So it's I try to sync them still since so many years.
Actually, I think
It's-
that could be that could come pretty handy if you are tracking like rhythm
Yeah.
parts, and it's like it's
Yeah.
very groovy kind of thing.
Or like Maiden stuff, like this dum, da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Then you have this. Then you have already the
See, Andy,
all
this
this
is a
power.
smart merch idea. Iron Maiden, they have a gymnastic ball called the Trooper.
rhythm ball.
That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
The pooper. I have to say the pooper, just
The
to link
pooper.
it back to the fart pedal. Sorry, Chris.
Yes.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry, everybody else.
Yeah.
But I have to say the pooper. Otherwise, I will be thinking of the word the pooper whilst Chris is talking to us. Sorry.
Yeah.
no, I'm completely fine with that. Please just go on with that because, like I said, I love the fart pedal, so I love all these ideas.
Enough. Let's give him a.
I
proper
used to
introduction.
have a yoga ball as my studio chair, but I spent too much time bouncing up and down and not enough time doing what I should be doing in this chair. So, but now seeing you, I feel like I've made a mistake. I feel like I've made a poor choice.
Oh wow.
I'm missing out on the grooves.
Yeah.
Or it is quite fun though when you hit those low notes and they go through the yoga ball and you're like, that's quite Dan, you need to try it, my friend. You need to try it with the fart pedal. Try it with the fart pedal and a subwoofer. Yes.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
Let us know how that goes, Chris. So, Chris, for the people that for some reason don't know who you are you, what do you do, and why are you here?
I'm here because you asked me, of course, but maybe also because why? Because I'm playing in two metal bands, worldwide releasing metal bands. One is the bigger one is Beyond the Black. I think some could know us, and the other one, in which I play since 11 years right now, I think, is Serenity from Austria. All both are based in melodic symphonic metal. One, of course, Beyond the Black, female fronted with our beautiful Jennifer, and the other one with also beautiful guy with Georg. So it's male fronted metal, and besides that, I started some Twitch stuff the last year, German speaking only, but to spend my time I do have because of the pandemic shit, and teaching guitars and such things here around my area in Bamberg. So Bamberg is close to the middle of Germany, if someone like to know that. And that's my story.
Very cool. And you also we're a Guitar Stories channel, or Andy's channel is the Geek channel, and it's a Guitar Stories podcast. So you're a professional guitarist. You're also a Schecter artist, so you get to play a lot of nice guitars too.
Yeah, there are some around here, and some still in some cases. And since 11 years, I just started here in Germany as an endorser, just for German the German distribution. But later on, I got a full artist of Schecter, and you're pretty happy to be part of their family. Let's say that's cool.
Now, I've met Chris several times on events where he was doing clinics or repping for being a rep for Schecter, and I think you're doing a great job there. And you also have a new amp endorsement. I see something working behind you. What is that?
I can show you a little bit closer.
You know what? Wait a sec. You know what that was, Andy? You know what that was?
Oh,
that was
God.
a multi-angle. Yeah, that was a multi-angle. I'm so sorry, everyone. But that was an assist I couldn't miss.
You had to plant that one, whatever the sports term is.
I can't know anything about it. Okay.
No, it's a play on the word angle and angle.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you drank your beer before you. I knew what was coming because it is a callback to a different show, but So angle, which angle is that behind you? Is it the?
It's a Savage 120.
Oh wow!
And,
okay.
And I'm waiting for the Iron Ball, the SE. I think it should come next week.
Cool.
So
I love that amp. The Iron Ball SE is phenomenal. I played it at Gear Street. I have the Fireball 25 up here, and the Iron Ball SE is just brilliant, or at least what I experienced in the short time I played. So I don't know the Savage. But yeah, Engel are doing some really great stuff. Also, they do a really cute. They do a really cute 1x12 cab that looks like a 2x12 vertical. Everybody should own one of those just because they look amazing.
Yes. No, and they are. I mean, they are if you want to do sports, they are the best partner you can have because they weigh, I think, a ton, but it's the best ton you ever will buy because it's. I got the 212. I think it was my first cap I ever had in my life when I was starting playing guitars on stage, and I had the Rackhead 860 with a Ritchie Blackmore preamp inside and I think 50-watt amplifier. And so the story is really, really nice that after all these years I was non-Engel user. Now I found my way back because before I was playing Marshall, but there was not it was not going on anymore, and so I was pretty happy that we got an agreement with Engel, and yeah, this amp is a killer, and I can't wait for the Iron Ball. The Iron Ball. Yeah, it's with all these balls, it's just
A lot of balls.
A lot of balls at Engel. What's
Yeah,
your
a lot of
life
balls.
rec? What's your life rec like? Are you when you're on tour? Are you still using 4x12s, like a whole wall behind you, or what's the stage scenery like?
I'm this. I did a hybrid setup because as we play different kind of shows, of course, and there's not always the guarantee. Also, with Marshall, it was not a guarantee that my it's here next to me, my 410 head and the caps I used are always available. So I'm combining the real amp with a Kemper, to be honest. So I use all the effects and the cap simulations plus the real cap on stage, and I have a profile of all my live setups. So when we do a flight show, because somehow there's always a Kemper in the backlines, a Rydell list since some years, and then you can just get your USB stick and you have the same sound like at home, let's say. But now, of course, now I'm checking if the Savage or the Iron Ball will be my new main partner, let's say. But I think for the European tours, I will keep the Savage, and then for flight shows, I'm really thinking if it will gut me like I just read everywhere about the Iron Ball SE is just this fucking amazing amp, then I will just get this, put it in my bag, and fly with it, and nothing else. Maybe the fart pedal and the delay, and then we're complete.
You're covered.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
I hear a solo album coming from that setup. I'll buy that. I'll admit now, if you release a solo album with that rig, I will buy a copy.
The fart side of the moon, I will call it.
Oh,
Nice
Chris,
one.
I want you every week. Come back next week.
Yeah, okay. If it's about farts, I'm your man, buddy.
You're not my buddy, guy. Sorry, South Park. What's you've threw me, man. I had so many questions. I wish we hadn't mentioned the fact. Oh God, the chat's still talking about it. Gas Cathedral. I have a question, Chris, which I'm not sure if it's. I don't know if this is a polite question to ask, but it's a genuine question I have about the metal community and the way the metal community works and metal bands work. Because Jennifer, right, the singer, I believe that she started the project before you were in the band, and then the lineup changed, and now you've been playing for quite a few years, and so have other members of the band. It really impresses me in the metal community that can happen, because you wouldn't find that in other genres, or not all other genres, and be considered the same band. So this is what I mean by if it's an okay question to ask. But is it cool like that the lineup changes in a metal band and it's still the same band? I don't know what the question I have. I just kind of need that explained. How is it received by the fans, I guess, is a question.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Beyond Black is that, of course, there was a big gossip about this band change. To be honest, I mean, if you compare it to bands like Sabaton, I think it's the fifth lineup of Sabaton. It's just the bass player and the singer is in the band, and all the others are changing the fifth time, I think. So it's like that. I mean, somehow. I know so many bands, to be honest, in so many genres that the lineup was changing because of, I don't know, so many reasons. I mean, if usually you start a band, you should be around 20 or I don't know, or even earlier. You start that, and then yeah, the way of life is not written yet. So of course you don't know what the future will bring. And it's not always a matter of success. So it's not about that. If just there's a big band, why are the band members leaving? If someone are not into the music anymore, some are having other ideas, some are starting a family and don't want to build it up together with building a music career and all this stuff. So I think, I don't know why it's special in the metal scene, because for me it's something completely natural. It just happened. And also in this in my band, it was happening before I joined it, of course, otherwise I wouldn't be there. I mean, there were people in this band trying to do the first steps in Beyond the Black, and then after some years there was just a break because there were different views of how Beyond the Black is going on. And of course it's Jennifer's project, let's say. It's her baby and she has a view of the project, and if others are not, we are a band, of course, we are all deciding everything together. It's not like that there's one head like her and we are just followers, let's say. We are a band, and I think it was in these first years a little bit more difficult to start it, because it was, of course, thanks to her career before Beyond the Black, because she did so many stuff in music in Germany before she was doing Beyond the Black, and I think 11 years before she was already in TV shows and stuff, and so of course she had this contact. She had some also label mates and partners she could rely on, and of course because of that story, Beyond the Black could start somewhere where other bands are not starting, like first show in Wacken, for example. And then you start on this level, and then you have to work with this level and to live with it, and that's not something for everyone. And of course, for example, for me, I was playing when I was asked for joining Beyond the Black. It was in 2016, I think, yes. So 5 years ago, and I played my first Wacken in 2011. So I mean, I had already 5-6 years of let's say working in this business, experience and all the stuff. And for me, it was not like, how shall I go on with that? How is it something right for me? Is it something wrong? And also the other mates now in Beyond the Black, we all knew what Beyond the Black wants and where this project has to go. And so that's why I think for us it was a little bit easier than for the first band, because it was something completely open. And
Thank you for clarifying that. I think it's I was very positive about it. It wasn't a negative thing. You've answered how I not assumed, but how I hoped it would be, because I find the metal community very welcoming, and I know metal encompasses a whole lot of other subgenres. You can't just call it metal.
Yes.
But I'm quite new to metal, as listeners and Dan know. This year I've been getting more into metal. It's always been kind of too technical for me as a player. I wasn't, in my opinion, good enough to nail the timings and things. And I thought I've always wanted to be more accurate with my playing, and I realized that in metal playing, the rhythm is just phenomenal, and then you can of course take that and put it in other genres as well. And I was kind of a little scared, like scary metal people, are they going to let me in their family? And it's been so welcoming. And as soon as I try anything that's slightly metal-esque, which is out of my comfort zone, it's like, yeah, that's cool, dude. You're doing a good job. Or none of these trolly blues rock players that exist, So it's been really, really fun. And thank you for, again, clarifying that the metal community could possibly be the best subgenre community of the music world. It is,
to be honest. I mean, I just got it in, let's say, in a real direct comparison. In 2019 we played Rock im Park, Rock am Ring, and then we played Wacken the same year. And my wife, she just went the first time ever to Wacken, and she was with me, of course, Rock im Park, but that's something she knew before. But also the people there, it's nothing about the people at Rock im Park, to be honest. They are partying, they're having a great time there. But the metal community is taking so much care of each other, and even though, of course, this new sub metal genres. I'm not into that, because I could do a new metal genre right now, because I'm doing a gymnastic ball technical mathcore band, and it would exist, because I just say like it's existing. That's this metal thing I don't get, because I think there's more the main metal genres are more the true ones, let's say. But but in general, there's not this, this you're listening to death metal, I hate you. This is not working there. They're all metalheads, and they're a family and a community, and that's something I really appreciate about to be in the scene, to be honest.
Yeah. Right.
When I was growing up in my teens, there was a severe culture of you fitted into your group and not into a different group, and you weren't allowed to traverse the lines. And I really don't think that exists that much anymore, at least in my experience, and with streaming of music and everything being obtainable just by clicking a button. Like, just to look at the punk scene and the New Romantics from the 80s, you couldn't be both, but then some were, and they invented a new genre. But it's wonderful that we can do this these days and not have to be pigeonholed into that section. And yes. I find a lot of people coming on Instagram where I see their names pop up on very different genres of music. And the way I look at it is, for me, as long as it's got a guitar in it, then I'm up for enjoying it.
Yes.
And sometimes it doesn't, because Disney doesn't have a lot of guitar in it, but I quite like Disney music as well.
I love Disney music, to be honest. It's when I listen to music, to be honest, in the last years, it's just the Disney playlists on Spotify or somewhere. It's not metal music, nothing else. And now, since I'm father, I just discovered this peaceful piano Disney. It's all the great Disney melodies just played with a piano, and
I know it.
Wow.
Da, 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 da. But it just lends itself also to symphonic melodic guitar as well. It's
there's a lot of I mean the basic idea, I think, of symphonic metal especially is putting scores of cinema music to metal guitars and metal riffs. That was, I think, the first idea of Nightwish and of the founders of this scene, let's say, and of course that's why all the big bands have guys who are in this orchestration and in this movie stuff and cinematic elements. And of course, like us too, we are big fans of Hans Zimmer. I mean, it was such a pleasure to have his cello player Tina with us on stage in Wacken, and I was invited in Barcelona at his show, but it was a show where he was not there. I was really I loved the show, but that would be so great to meet him one time. But I think maybe, still crossing fingers, he's maybe one day. He's a hero in my mind. He's a genius. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I just saw the James Bond movie this week where he took over. The composer left halfway through the production or at some point, and he took over. And it's wonderful the way he used the main theme of the Bond theme throughout this kind of just. You could hear it in the background, because as musicians, we never turn our ears off. And I was just hearing it randomly throughout the film, where it was just really impressive how he could hide it, but it to be so in front of you.
I was just talking to his guitar player yesterday, to Elmir. He's German. he's from Freiburg. Because I met him backstage and we were talking English, because I thought he's an Arabian dude, because of course he's playing all this flamenco and Arabian stuff on the guitars and looking like he's just coming out of the desert. And then, you can also talk German to me. I'm from Freiburg, and okay, yeah, hello. that was typical. And such a crazy player. This flamenco style he's doing is wow. It's just a dream of mine, to be honest. One day when I hopefully be still able with 60 or something play guitar, I want to start getting taught flamenco guitar. That would be great.
Yeah. Talking about starting with something, what was like back in the day when you started to play the guitar? Who were your guitar heroes, or what were the songs that you were playing in the first place?
I just started guitar by accident. Let's say it was like our guitar player was. I was piano player and keyboard player in my first band. With 11, 12, I think we started to perform on stage, and then I was always jealous. Yeah, jealous is the word, I think. Because I could have also be not there, and it was always just about a fucking guitar player and the bass player and the singer, everyone who was in the front, and of course the drummer. Hey, here's the piano player, and I was like, okay, dude, you're going to vacations. Just lend me your guitar, and when you're back, I will be the guitar player of this band. And 2 weeks later, I could play all the songs of us, and then a friend of my father, he was a big Yngwie Malmsteen fan. And then I got this great video cassettes, the tapes of his first video courses. This courses where you're just like, so guys, I play this lick, and now I play it a little bit slower that you can understand, and it's like, so it's exactly the same speed. And I was sitting there with 14 or 15 and say, no thanks, but I continued, and I was starting with guys like Yngwie and Van Halen, of course, and Richie Blackmore, all those old school dudes, let's say, those cool rock and roll players. And later on, just because my coach then was Sascha Gerstner of Halloween, the Halloween guitar player, because he was that time not playing in Halloween, and he's also from our area. And I met him at a cover show, a tribute show here in. I played with my band in front before his band was playing, so we were supporting them. And then I asked him, "Hey, I needed a coach," and he was saying, "Yeah, come some weeks." And he showed me Steve Vai, Petrucci, and all those crazy dudes, because I didn't know about them at all. And this changed my whole guitar world, let's say, because after that I was just into sweepings, technical stuff, and the crazy shit, and collecting, of course, Petrucci guitars. Like I always show Dan, because I have 4 here of the Petruccis. One is still missing, and I will get it one day.
So we're talking about the Ibanez P1, P2,
exactly.
P3, and P4. Yeah, not
the P1 is still missing. I have the P2, 3, 4. I have them all. Also, this 400 limited one, but not the P1.
The limited, like the PGM90 HAM, Hoshino Anniversary.
Yes.
Ah, that's
exactly.
a lovely one. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that's a lovely one. Can we see any of these, or are they in cases?
They are in the living room. They are.
Damn.
It's art. It's Picasso, so it's art. I have to put it in the living room.
Of course.
That's
right.
Yes.
Oh, that's content for the guys and girls that follow us on Instagram. Chris will probably send us a photo of these guitars so we can just show it on Instagram. So check out Guitar Stories official on Instagram.
Nice call to action, Dan.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris, Dan, we promised people Lego content, and we've not even mentioned the word Lego yet. So I'm going to start it off by suggesting, Chris, that you start a Lego-based podcast called Beyond the Blocks.
Yeah. To be the funny thing is, I was starting to do some videos and work together with the biggest German Lego YouTuber we have, the Held der Steine, hero, how it's called in translated, the boss of bricks, or hero of bricks. And we will do some stuff like that. So we already formed a band. Like it's his wife is also doing YouTube and Twitch and this stuff. And then we call it Staff and the Bricks and all these things. And let's see. But to be honest, I don't have any Lego here in my studio. It's everything is in the schools and it's in the living room, and half of everything I got is already packed, because we will move next year to our house, and so I already was, yeah. My wife was just happy because then, of course, it's cleaner. There's nothing, and yeah.
Do you have like those nice acrylic shelves with lighting and all that stuff where you can display your Legos too?
I started something like that now in one of the schools. I just bought new furniture for it, and when we got a how it's called, a mock of Beyond the Black, a stage mock of Beyond the Black. I got from an Italian fan, and it's there with light shows and all this shit for the students. Of course, it's crazy. Like, oh, is it your? I mean, I look on this stage. I look like Dog, the hunter. Is it the hunter?
Yeah, Dog the bounty hunter.
Yeah. So that's great. I mean, yeah, I have to. Yes, it's fair enough. But yeah.
They should submit it to Lego Ideas.
Wacken and Rammstein, I think, did it. Yes, they just a fan did this the current Rammstein stage was sent to Lego Ideas that it has to be rebuilt and sold as a collector's thing. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I was always into Lego. Yeah. So and now with I can't wait. I think he's not waiting like me to rebuild my Lego city when my son got his own room when he's old enough, and then we can just start going crazy with Lego.
Yeah. How old is he right now?
10 weeks. So
so he only has a small collection right now. Just
he has just
a few hundred pieces.
The beginner collect sets we're just talking about. But we do it like here's the menu, and then just like I buy this. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But let's say it's calming me down. That's the thing why I love these Lego things, because I have 2 sets here not opened yet, because I'm waiting for the Christmas season, and then just when I come home, having a beer and a bag of Lego pieces and just like relaxing. That's what I call it a day.
Yeah, that's cool. What set would you like? Like if you could pick one set, and independent from the age of your child, like what would be the set that you always wanted or always would like to build? Together?
It was the Death Star, of course. I think. But now, of course, I got a new dream. It's not of Lego. It's of another a company. It's this Star Destroyer, I think, with 18 kilos and 1 meter 20 long, and countless pieces.
Jeddah City mock here. It's from Rogue One, where the big Star Destroyer is on top of the city. I think it's from Mold King, if I'm not mistaken.
This is also great, but there's really just a Star Destroyer with one, because this set is not that big. It's just half a meter, and it's not. I saw it already, but the Star Destroyer is really, This is huge, and this will be fun. Yeah. But let's see. One day.
So are you what sort of sets do you collect? Are you a Star Wars Lego collector? Are you okay?
No, almost Star Wars. It's I mean, Star Wars is everywhere. So Star Wars is here. Here's, I think, I put one lightsaber in the guitar stand always, and because you never know.
You never know.
I imagine a thief like entering his house, and then Chris is standing there with his lightsaber lit up.
Just in the dark. And,
It's Dog, the Jedi bounty hunter.
I'm prepared for that move.
I need to
I'm
up
training it every
my home defense game.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Where's your
Love.
lightsaber?
I found a reason to buy a lightsaber. She's upstairs. Okay, so you probably enjoyed the Boba Fett news at the beginning of the show.
Sure. And I love the one with Al Bundy. This was the book of Bundy is amazing. This is really wow, genius. I mean,
I
love this Photoshop stuff at all. I mean, I just did on Twitch. I did Wham of God, so I was redoing Wham songs with Lamb of God style. And the first one is now "Wake Me Up Before I Break You." And for Christmas, I will do "The Last Redneck," and this will be very, very great. Stay tuned. I will send it to you. "The Last Redneck" will be great.
Nice.
So.
And Chris, to come back to your Lego activities with other YouTubers. So you did some stuff with Heroes of the Bricks, Held der Steine, and also with Steph, his girlfriend.
Yes. Yeah.
And you taught them. Yeah.
Sorry.
And you taught them also how to play the guitar. I think that was a big point.
Yeah. This will be also the idea now. We try to I teach them a guitar. I think we will start this maybe soon on doing that live on Twitch and on YouTube.
Oh wow!
And working together, and of course trying to hopefully doing some crazy stuff like it was like that, because I do this composing stuff. I like to do something really just like you tell me something and I start to compose it here in the studio out without being prepared, and we will do it like the people shall choose a set, and I don't know which set, and he has to build it up, and at the same time he's building it. I compose a theme for the set and such stuff, such battles.
Nice.
This is the idea. Hopefully we can make it, because of course, I mean, he's in this YouTube game so big. So I mean, I do it just in the meantime between shows, studio, teaching, and of course I'm not just doing it full time. It's not possible, to be honest. No, it was not just a fun. It was to be honest, it was serious meant, because I really feel, especially in the Twitch world, I feel really, really home. Let's say I love this community. The Discord family stuff. I'm really, really fascinated about it. And the latest news in my last stream was that now people just get a couple because they met on a Discord. We call it Discord now, Discord camp, where all these people were meeting. And they fell in love, and now I'm Dr. Love because of this Twitch thing. I mean, that's great, and people get known of each other who never met before, and that's so cool. So I feel home there, and I hope to get more to not have to stop it when the touring is coming. But all the ideas I made for Twitch and for streaming are based on the idea that I can do them also on tour. Like I will have a little studio set up with me and compose there, and to be mobile as well. That's the idea.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. Yeah, I meant more like for Stefan and Thomas, it's got to be for them. It's their profession to be on YouTube, but for you, it's more like a side project, because you got to play the big stages. You got to teach your students, so you got to squeeze that in. Besides being a dad and being a professional musician, so it's even more difficult, right?
Yes, it is. But like I said, I mean, we also met one day before at the GitCon, Andy, but not really that much, because you were more with all the real YouTubers, and I wasn't. I was just this Schecter guy there, and
Guitar? Do you mean Guitar Summit?
No, the GitCon. This guitar YouTube event. I think you've been there too.
I wasn't at
in Germany.
No. Andy wasn't at GitCon. No.
He wasn't?
No.
I was. Okay, sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
were there, but that
some
doesn't
other
matter.
weird
I mean,
looking dude.
yeah, but yeah, exactly. That was the point. There were so many of them, like Dan and me. So of course you can get confused. No. The fact is that that I try to do this YouTube stuff. I try to get into that, but I have to be honest. I have so much respect for all the real YouTube guys like you and like Thomas and all those guys, because it was completely. I did 2 or 3 videos on my channel. And it took me so long, and it took so much work, and I didn't have any workflow, nothing. So I said, "Hey, I'm a musician. That's nothing for me. Keep that to the real guys who are into that." But Twitch is something. The Twitch thing was something different, because I can be
it's
more
live
flexible. It's live. It's connecting. It's communicating. Always with the community, and I like to do something without any preparation, because I just came here in my studio, switch on the cameras, and do something. I don't think about what I do tonight. It's never prepared. It's just like switching on and do whatever comes to my mind, and that's something I like, and that it fits perfect to my musician life, let's say.
Right.
Are you still doing that stuff with Jim as well? You had some sort of
Yes.
show with him? Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
we founded the show Rock the Box. It's based on the same idea. Like we're getting from any brand a box, and we don't know what's inside. And we got an accordion. We got a what was the last thing? First was a pink guitar. Okay, we can play guitar, so that was not that hard. Last time I think we got a bass ukulele, and so we just ask brands like Schecter or whoever, doesn't matter, and they can send us a box, and then we open that, and we have to, and there's a battle, because with this instrument also we have to compose a song in 15 minutes, and we talk about this stuff, and of course with the accordion, it was the funny thing with the accordion was like that we both did a song. I was more doing a metal song, and when Jim was doing a folk song. But we did it in the same tone, so we could mash it up, and we created after that a song we were writing on 2 other places in Germany, because he's doing that in Flensburg in the north. I'm here in the south, and that's the idea, and it's fun, and we have always a guest. So Andy, you are invited, of course, and Dan. If you want to join us one day, that would
I'd
be
love
fun. And of course, we talk about the song with a guest and the instrument and what they're doing, and this typical talk show thing. But we do it like a competition with talk, let's say.
Yeah, and it's
like
so
it.
cool, because you two, like Jim Müller from Kissing Dynamite and Chris from Beyond the Black, these two are like probably 2 of the most renowned metal guitar players. So you got the Force in the north and the Force in the south, and those metal guys, they are confronted with a flute or an accordion. It's hilarious. I really like the concept. So if you guys in the chat haven't checked that out yet, Rock the Box, highly recommend it.
I haven't checked that out.
Thank
so
you.
I'm gonna have to do my homework on that. And
Yeah.
so I'm the kind of person that I also like to not prepare for things and just get thrown in, but also I might watch the previous episodes to see which instruments you've already done, so therefore kind of predict what won't be there, so I have a little chance of succeeding at something. I think we've got someone's here definitely for you. Vani K. Is that someone? Rock the Box is the best.
Yeah.
So someone is aware of what you do. We are also streaming on Twitch and Facebook right now, so there might be some people coming over from those platforms. But sorry for the terrible segue, but we also promised video games. We haven't done any video game chat at all. Chris, what are you playing right now?
Yesterday I was doing Mario Kart battle on Twitch. To be honest, it was so much fun, and I just got a Switch. I was waiting, until the pandemic was starting, because then it got really interesting to buy one, because it was not that cheap anymore. But I was waiting until that's over. Switch is. I have to be honest. I compared it the last weeks with the PlayStation, and of course I was all the time playing Battlefront, Star Wars games, and all that stuff, and also FIFA, of course, because I'm a big football fan, a big Barcelona fan, and so football is something it's part of my life. But about gaming, the thing is that the Switch is such a great way to enjoy gaming, because also this playing together, it's not this you're just sitting alone, you have to do everything online, you have to do it. I even can't find a cool funny game to play with my wife on the PlayStation. It was some years ago, there were this Ratchet and Clank games and all the stuff, but nowadays it's just like shooters and single players and multiplayers just online. And I don't want to buy for the bedroom another PlayStation that I can be able to play with my wife a game. That's something I don't understand. And the Switch is doing it so great. You just put out the controllers, and then here's yours, here's mine. You even don't have to buy a second one. Let's say not blown away, but really fascinated about the Switch, and the waiting was worth it, let's say. So
I'm on the edge of buying a Switch because it's coming winter now, and the kids will be inside. I've got 2 kids, 4 and 6, and my girlfriend, their mum, is not a gamer at all. But when we were first together 10 years ago, we were in England. She played the Wii, and being an Austrian, we did the winter games, Sonic Winter Games, and she was totally into like the downhill, and she's very physical person. She likes to do fitness and stuff. So I think for her, gaming, like sitting there, is the opposite of how she is as a person. But as soon as she picked up the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, that was a different game. So I think the Switch is something I need to get. So which games should I be? Which games would inspire her to actually say yes to playing a gaming session, Chris?
I just bought on the Switch Mario Odyssey. I think it's a cool game, because the funny thing is it's I think maybe the best Mario I ever played. It's of course the typical Mario jump and run, but you can also play it as a couple, because one can play the head of Mario and one can play Mario. That's really, really funny. But of course, if you want to solve your relationship problems, then Mario Kart is always the best way to do that, because I think we all know that when the controllers are flying and I hate you, then you know that there is a Mario Kart session. I don't.
Dan?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't say Mortal Kombat.
No, we have Mortal Kombat here on the PlayStation, but it was more to make love than to fight. To be honest, the Mario Kart is the real shit. That's the real thing. It's not Mario, not Mario. But yeah, I don't have any of the sports games, to be honest. I just have it since 4 weeks or something. But of course, if you are into this open world game, Zelda, of course, the Breath of, I don't know, whatever they are all called, Breath of the Windfish, or I don't know, I can't even keep them in mind. But Zelda is a must-have, of course. If you have something of Nintendo, then just because of the music, of course, because I mean, yeah.
I'm in. Okay, then the Switch is now on the table to be bought. I have to buy Mario Kart. It's just I had it in was it N64 that had it? I can't remember. And GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was amazing.
Retro.
We spent so many hours each afternoon just in this battle section, and four against each other. Yeah, it was amazing. This is so great.
Was it cheats, or where they would get the big head and just amazing? Yeah. David Dillinger's just put up a good one. Lego Batman. I was playing Lego
Yeah.
Batman on a PlayStation a while ago. That's good stuff. Yeah, David, good
but
shout.
the Lego games are always amazing. I mean, what Lego is doing, besides great, of course, models, yeah, or piece sets, is of course the games and the movies. There is this new Star Wars horror tales Halloween special on Disney
Halloween
Plus.
special,
You have to watch it. This Lego
Yeah.
stuff, what they do in these specials, is so funny. This is really something I can just
Have you seen the Christmas
Suggest-
special?
of
with the
course.
Wookiees? That's the only only Star Wars thing my kids have seen so far, because I'm saving it to they can really understand it, and they love that stuff. So,
Great.
yeah, but they know who Mando is, of course, and Grogu. All right,
I think
I'm
Chris
gonna get a Switch.
was hitting the nail on the head. I think there are very few like co-op games that that you can play like on one screen, especially on PlayStation and Xbox. These are kind of rare, and I think it's kind of sad that this old tradition is kind of vanishing in favor of online only games.
Online.
I just remember when there was Battlefront 1 was out, and me and my friends, we all bought it, and we had to collect 5 TVs and 5 PlayStations to play together a game, which I think on the N64 we played James Bond on a split screen. And I mean, what was changing in the last 20 years? I thought we are in the modern years and not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those TVs must have been heavy as well. Because TVs are easy to carry now, but back then you really had to want to. You ever see the meme with the guy who's gaffer taped to the ceiling on his PC, like in a network LAN party, and there's just all these PCs all around, and one guy is also gaffer taped to the ceiling, playing whatever they're playing in a LAN party. It's I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's classic,
awesome.
classic
Please
meme.
do so.
Nice.
Amazing.
Also, Vanny K said there's SingStar for Nintendo Switch. All right, I'm.
Okay.
I have a love-hate relationship with SingStar because it's easy to game that game, but not easy to score a good score. I had That's when I had a family fallout with SingStar. Oh, I nearly got banned from the family.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you can hum and still win, right? You could just go.
Yeah, I did this, and it sounded awful, but I was winning, and the other person who shall not be named was singing with full, and it sounded beautiful, but I was winning, and this caused ultimate problems.
Huh? That's the truth about this game. Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any game, Chris, that you are kind of waiting for, that you desperately want to play, that's up on the horizon?
Oh, there are too many, to be honest. The thing is, I love gaming, but I stopped to be into these new games kind of because I bought in the last years, let's say, every time the newest game, I was so into that, was waiting for it. I bought it, and then I had it for 2 days or 3 days, and then I was back on the road. And I think it's kind of, when I was back home, I forgot that I still have it because years later I just dig it out of the garden, and it's Fallout 3, awesome. Maybe I could play it because that was also a reason why I started Twitch, because I was trying to find a reason to be into these games, because I have them in my in the living room, in the how it's called Schrank. Some words.
Yeah, cupboard or drawer.
The cupboard.
Yeah, the cupboard, exactly. And but there is I forget to play them, so that's why I stopped to be into that. And just when I'm into a shop and I have the time and maybe I have some money left, then I buy some, but not just let's say not that it's on a list like music stuff. It's just like, yeah.
I've just got Ghostbusters remastered, and I'm really looking forward to going back to that, because the new movie's out soon, and I need to get back in the Ghostbuster mood.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to go down that road, because we could probably talk for another couple of hours on that. I think that this has been one of my most fun chats we've had. I was a little worried about season 3 of the podcast because we did so much in season 1 and season 2 and spoke to so many cool people that I thought, who are we going to get for season 3? And Dan asked you, and I'm so glad that you've joined us, because I genuinely feel that if we had a third host, I would want you to apply for the position.
Yeah, every time. If you need me, I'll be there.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
And when's your next live show, so we can plug some stuff for the bands?
That's good. Wait, I will ask my class. Yeah, how it's called? Like Sarma. Oh no, yeah, and then yeah.
The crystal
It's
ball.
supposed to be in the beginning of 2022, but we all don't know what's going on. And there's 2 tours. The Beyond the Black tour is planned for January, February, together with Amaranth, and with Serenity, it's planned to do a tour in April. Then, but let's see. It's not. We can't. It's planned, but let's see what's going to happen. Let's say, because planning shows, especially these long tours, it's something no one can really say to be granted or to guarantee that it's going to happen. But it's planned, and then we hope for a great festival season. Of course, we are. There are a lot of festivals already confirmed. Like I forgot. To be honest, Grass Pop and all those stuff, Sabaton, Open Air. Let's see what else is coming, and also Serenity is getting more and more festivals. I think if the world is continuing to turn like it was before, it will be a great 2022 if it's about live shows in both bands.
Cool.
Good. Sorry I laughed when you were talking. It's just that I read a comment that Chris needs the fart pedal to play Fart of the Hurricane.
Fart of the Hurricane, yeah, please. Please, I will do. Because we do this, on stage, we do kind of audience game. Like there's this main riff, it's like doodle, 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 typical rock and roll riff. And then the people they have to shout, but I can do it in the fart because I can do that would be great. That would be awesome.
To take it back to the live show, the live show, apparently you're playing on January the 5th in Munich, which is about 2 hours away from me. So I'd love to come, and I would. If you don't have a fart pedal, I'll bring mine with me. And
because
I'll
then
hold you
we
there.
have a song. We have a song. It's called "Fart in Forever." Then, and
Good one.
yeah, a lot of more parts. Yeah, just write me a mail.
Nice.
You're of course invited to the show. Of course, just
Andy,
we'll
Andy,
do a rig rundown.
I think Chris is guessing hard on that fart pedal.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, guys, if you don't want to wait until Chris is in Munich, you can check him out on Twitch. I think it's Twitch/Chris_Hermsdörfer. How often are you live on Twitch? Is there any kind of firm schedule, or is it just like whenever you can?
Usually I'm live today, but I skipped it for you because usually I do this live show on the composing live show every Tuesday, starting at 9. Monday I do gaming or Rock the Box. It depends on what when we have time, Jim and me. And every Friday midday we do a coffee talk, because Friday midday is the best moment to have a coffee to end the week and talk about your week and all the things going on and nice topics. So these are the 3 things. And then let's see, we do some I can already tell on the 30th of October I will do a charity live stream. I will do bicycling through Franconia for a good reason, because I want to collect money for the guys who got damaged by the, how it's called, flood. Yeah, flood.
The flood, yeah.
The flood, exactly. And the media is not talking anymore about it, but the problems are still there. There's money missing, of course. And so I'm trying to invite guests. I will send you a request as well, of course, and because we want to chat on Zoom a little bit about what you're doing. And I will try to do as many kilometers I can do on a day through Franconia, show you some nice places here around Bamberg, Bayreuth and all the stuff. And for every kilometer I'm cycling, I will put €1 into the pot. So I try to make 120 to 150 at least. So let's see.
All right.
And there's a way that other people can donate as well?
Yeah, there will be, of course, there will be a kind. I think I will do it with PayPal. So there will be a PayPal account, and I will collect all the donates there, and then we put it to an official help agency, of course. And there are already some. There will be a lot of. I'm asking so many friends in music and streaming, of course, to be guests, and then we do a kind of running order, and there will be a Zoom call, and we talk a little bit why I'm dying on my bike. that's the idea.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Let's see how amazing it will be.
I assume there will be very little talk throughout the last few kilometers.
Andy.
Yeah, I'll go somewhere near the end. I think I can talk for you. Yeah, I got you covered. Don't worry.
You can then push me with a fart pedal. You can just
fart in a way. Yeah.
Jason
right,
Carter, before we leave, Jason Carter just pointed out that the Fart Pedal has its own YouTube channel. He does covers of songs, as Dan suggested earlier, played through the Fart Pedal. So there you go. There's the rest of your entertainment sorted out for the remainder of your lives. And possibly some new ringtones. But yeah, Chris, maybe we could do some kind of dueling thing as well, where we symphonize. Where we play together with our fart pedals. Sounds like fun. Also, Dan, you need a fart pedal now. Otherwise, you're not in the game.
I think so too. Yeah. Do you think they endorse?
I hope so.
I wonder what their stretch goals are.
I can't wait to play the clinic, to be honest.
First, here's my clean tone.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm wasting all this. This is good stuff. Oh, no, I can't put that on screen. Talk box with a fart pedal. Yeah. Sorry, shouldn't have brought it back up, but yeah, I did. Sorry. Dan, are you going to ask people to leave us 5 stars on iTunes? I'll get out of this now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star ratings on iTunes if you enjoyed this show, if you want more fart pedal jokes, or if you want more guests on this 3rd season of the Guitar Stories podcast. And if you already have given us a 5-star rating, just grab your girl or wife's iPhone and give us a 5-star rating on her account. That will work as well. Yeah, apart from that, Chris, thanks a lot for being our guest. It was a pleasure to have a fellow musician, well, not fellow musician, but have a musician and a fellow gear nut on the show. Yeah, looking forward to all the activities we just discussed. Also to see more yoga ball action on your channel. Yeah. I think we've reached a...
Yeah, we all be yoga fans now, yoga ball fans.
Yeah, that's now mandatory. That's a must on the channel. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to get it. It's going to annoy people when I'm on live streams now, but I don't care as long as I'm having fun.
Actually, you could do a review of the SEW 761 721. You know, the exotic wood saber Ibanez.
Do I have that still?
I don't know.
Oh, look, there it is. Yeah, I could. It's the lightest guitar in the world. And I could invite... Yeah, I kind of want to... All right, I'll think about it. Right. I just have to echo what Dan said. Chris, thank you so much. Dan, it's so nice to hang out with you again. I look forward to it next week. And we've got some other great guests coming up on the series. I'm going to go and play Cyberpunk 2077 because I finally got my way into the game and have some spare time instead of sleeping.
Look. Nice.
Enjoy.
Pew, pew.
Okay, thanks everybody for joining in. What?
See you next week with Manuel Gardner Fernandez on the show.
See you.
Be ready
See
for
you,
some...
everybody. Thanks for joining the chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Guitar Stories Podcast, your #1 show for everything